Well, hey there people on the internet. My name is Jason Dykstra, and in this short video, I want to talk a little bit about this idea of post-traumatic growth and a little bit about why it's so dangerous. So what is this idea of post-traumatic growth? Well, it's this idea that any bad thing that happens to us has the potential to turn us into an even better version of ourselves. So what's the problem with that? That sounds pretty good, right? Well, it's the second half of that sentence. This idea of an event turning us into an even better version of ourselves has some implication or implies that we weren't that great before this event happened, and that we actually needed this event in our lives to be able to become this better version of ourselves. And part of that implication means that you were crap before, and that is painful, and that is heartbreaking, and that is terrible. So before I even go on, let me just acknowledge that, yeah, some people do grow from traumatic events, for sure, myself included. I feel, even losing a son, I've learned some things from that. However, it's one thing for that person who's experienced that traumatic event to see the difference in life of how they were before this event and now how they are after this event. It's a whole totally other thing for someone to say, hey, you got to keep your eyes open because this event could turn you into a better person. It could change. It could be that wake-up call that you needed to get off your ass and go and do something with your life. It could be that wake-up call that you needed to finally go out and start a career in this, or it could be that wake-up call that you needed, that you need to break up with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your spouse or your partner or whatever it is. It's this idea that, wow, now you're going to be stronger because of this event. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? This is what separates the men from the boys. But here's the problem with all of that. When we say that to other people, they might not be there. And yeah, maybe it will be helpful for some people, but I can guarantee you a lot of people will not find that very helpful. You know why? Because what we are saying to them is, you are not a good person before this event happened. You were lazy, you had character flaws, you had all of these different things. And now that this thing has happened, now you can learn from it, you can be a better person. But I want you to know that if you've been through some traumatic thing, that trauma doesn't always make you a better person. It doesn't always make you realize things. It is painful and it is difficult and it is tough and it is crap. I think part of the difficulty with this idea of post-traumatic growth is that it really leans into our grief-averse culture and causes a lot of pain and heartbreak for people. So if you are someone that has experienced trauma and you've learned from it and you become a better person or a different person or whatever that looks like for you, that's awesome. That is great. But if you are walking alongside another person that is going through a really difficult time, that is going through something traumatic, be careful on the words that you say. Be careful around looking for lessons that may or may not exist. Because opening up that can cause a lot of pain and a lot of heartbreak for people. Because the truth is, before that trauma happened, that person was incredibly loved and wonderful. After that traumatic thing happened, they're still incredibly loved and beautiful. That is the way it works. So my question for you then is, what does it look like for you to journey alongside people and love them for who they are, where they are at this moment? Hi. Come. Post nap time. Anyways, that's all for me. I hope this video was helpful, and if you want to hear more about this type of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe, share it to people that you think might also find it helpful, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Gotta have a little bit of that coffee, you know? Something about coffee just makes the world go round, doesn't it? I mean, just that smell, that way it just hits your tongue and splashes all up in there. Oh, oof, I just love it. Oof.